بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد نويت تعلم وتعليم وتذكر وتذكيرا ونفع والانتفاع والإفادة والاستفادة والحث على تمسك بكتاب الله وسنة رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم والدعاء إلى الهدى والدلالة على الخير ابتغاء وجه الله ومرضاته وقربه وثوابه سبحانه وتعالى. So we're beginning the morning assembly at Sanad Prep Learning Center, and we welcome all of our students, from our kindergarten students all the way up to our high school students, middle school and upper elementary as well. Welcome to all of you and your families, and all of the learning coaches at Sanad Prep. Alhamdulillah, welcome to all of you and all of your families, and then anyone watching inshallah on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you may be watching. We want to just welcome all of you. And for today's Sanad Prep morning assembly, there are a couple of things, alhamdulillah, that I think we wanted to talk about. We're just going to talk about two and keep it short so that everyone can start their day and start their lessons. I know a lot of schools, a lot of students that are learning from home that are not in Sanad Prep, I think their days are starting around 8:30, 9 o'clock, so we want to make sure that they get to class on time, and people who are working from home as well. So two things come to mind. One is something that we talked to our students about yesterday, kind of in a classroom setting, and I want to share it with the students on the morning assembly as well, and to students that might be studying at home. One of the things that we have put a great deal of importance on at Sanad Prep is adab. And adab is a broad concept, meaning just morality and good manners and ethics and all of those things. So we could talk about so many things, but I just want to specifically talk about the concept of honesty, right? And being always being honest, no matter your circumstances. Even if you feel that your honesty will bring some type of consequence or something of that sort. There's no justification to ever not tell the truth to the people who are in your life, the people who care about you, the people who are supporting you and guiding you. There's never any positive outcome by not telling them the truth. And I know that a lot of students are working from home, and they're either usually in a classroom setting at a school, or even if they've been homeschooled, right, in the past, that there's an opportunity now for us to make right and wrong decisions, right? So when you have an assignment from your teacher or something that she or he is expecting you to do, you have an option, right, of doing things the way that they've asked you to do it, or doing things the way that they don't expect you to do it. For a Muslim, there's always one option, right? That our work and the things that we do, we should do them with ihsan, with excellence, and with good effort, and with, most importantly, honest effort. So even though our teachers are not directly in front of us, we're not in the classroom, maybe they don't have the option of looking at you directly in your eyes or observing you as you do your work, we always understand that Allah is the creator of even our teachers, and Allah is always there with us, right? Including the angels that are observing and that are responsible for recording our actions. So all of the students who are working from home these days, it's really, really important that you maintain your ihsan. And this is something that I think is important for professionals as well, who are working from home now and find themselves doing work from home. That the Muslim, no matter where Allah places them, they must be honest. So if you have a research paper, you have an assignment, you have a worksheet, whatever the thing is, you have a quiz or an exam that you're expected to complete from home, know that wherever Allah places you, you remain a Muslim. And wherever Allah places you, you have to be honest. And so be mindful of that, right? Be mindful of that. And this is a quality that really how much of it you have or how little of it you have when you're put in situations where you have to display it, right? There's a beautiful story, a hadith, about a young boy who lived and the process, during the process of time, and the process talks about just the idea of a young person who was taking sheep for grazing, right? And he was out like in the farmlands where nobody could see him, and the time for prayer came. And nobody would have known if he prayed or didn't pray. But he stopped everything and he prayed at the time of prayer. And it was something that was really beautiful to Allah, really pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so, in a similar way, we're all in our homes right now where maybe our teachers are not able to observe us, or maybe our employers are not able to observe us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the opportunity for us to show truth, right? And us to show honesty. And so for all of the kids, all of the students studying at home, make sure that you always do things with ihsan. Make sure you always do things with honesty. Right? This is my advice to everyone at home. And this is when you know you have the quality of honesty or not. And then finally, right, we have the example of our Prophet, peace be upon him, who even before he was known as a prophet, was known as Al-Amin, the honest and the trustworthy. So as a child, he had that quality. And so it's a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and it's a sunnah of every Muslim child to be able to be called Al-Amin, right? And it to be a quality in them, inshallah. I hope that makes sense to all of you. I know that it's tempting, right, to do things in a way that maybe, you take a shortcut, or you don't do it exactly the way that the teacher expects you to do it, or that, the teacher's not going to be able to see it, so let me just do it or say that I've done it. This is something that we have to be mindful of, right? For both young and old. Inshallah, Allah make it easy for you to be honest, because it's a quality that, to know that you have it or not is when you're tested, right? Like everything, to know if you have knowledge or not, it's by examination, right? You have to do a test or an exam. And so same thing with being honest. You will know if you have the quality or not when Allah tests you, examines you. And so for many students, right, this is your examination, that if you have this quality or not. Before we end the assembly in the last 2 minutes that we have, I mentioned yesterday that something about a snake. And so I just want to mention briefly that, one of the things that we should all be doing, especially the parents with children and then the children as well, is making sure that you take advantage of this time to interact with Allah's nature and creation. So subhanAllah, this was our intention. This has been our intention here at my house with our kids, to explore nature and to learn about the different songbirds, right? Everyone makes a different song and a different sound. So to discover what are the different songbirds that are in our backyards, what are the different types of birds. And then we also were looking for other types of Allah's animal creation. And we noticed a few weeks back, and we've noticed them before, that we have snakes that will come through our backyard from time to time. We have one type of snake that we see quite a bit called the black racer. That's just this really, really fast snake. And then we have these other small snakes called ringneck snakes that are black, small, and they have a red ring around their neck. So we noticed a few weeks back that we had a couple of these that were hiding underneath some wood pieces that we had in the backyard. And so we made an effort to catch them. And they were always too fast for us. We weren't able to catch them. So 2 days ago, we were sitting in our backyard and just having conversation, drinking some tea and some water. And the same snake that we had been trying to catch for so many days actually just slid right to our feet. And it was almost like, I understand that you've been trying to observe me. I understand that your intention was to learn about Allah's creation. I understand that you weren't going to keep me forever as a pet, but you just wanted to observe me for a few days. I understand all of that, so I'm going to make it easy for you. Here I am. And so we were able to actually catch him and put him in a nice big tank. He's quite small, but we have him in a nice big kind of fish tank, and we made his habitat probably better than the way where he was living out in the backyard. So he's like in a vacation resort right now, and we put plenty of food in there for him and vegetation and all of the things that this specific snake likes. And so we are going to plan to keep him for just a couple of days, so we can learn about how Allah's creation of the ringneck snake works, really appreciate his beauty, and learn as much as we can about him, and then inshallah in a day or two let him go back into his natural habitat, healthy and happy, and almost like he was on a little bit of a vacation, and we'll send him on his way. So this opportunity exists for a lot of families and a lot of students. Even if you don't have a yard where these things might be, you can definitely on the weekends try to go to a park, go outside for a walk, and you'll just really, really notice how Allah's creation continues. The animal world, it's living its life. It's happy, it's going about its day, and it will really be inspirational, inshallah, for all of you. So try to make an effort to go out in your yards, go out to the parks, if not during the weekdays, during the weekends, and really, really try to connect with Allah's creation. And I think if you have a good intention, Allah knows best, but if that's your intention, Allah will make it very easy for you. You'll find butterflies flying past you closer. You'll find birds coming near you. You'll find animals coming to breathe. If that's your sincere intention, they'll almost make it easier for you to learn about them, inshallah. And let's see if Ustad Rehan is right or wrong. So everyone make that intention to learn about Allah's creation, and go out in your yards and go out to the nearby parks and see, inshallah, what you can learn about. And make sure that you fulfill their rights, that you don't harm them, and that you're an ambassador and you're a protector for Allah's creation. And last but not least, that if you do that and you learn anything by means of Allah's creation, that you always end by saying Alhamdulillah, and you always show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you appreciate the knowledge that He's given you by means of His animal creation as well. So I pray that everyone has a great day today. All of the students who are around the world watching from home, sitting at your dining tables or your desk or wherever you may be, that Allah make it a blessed day for you, a day that you learn about Allah's creation, and that by that you are appreciating Allah more and His Prophet more. To all of the Sanad Prep students and your families, Allah bless you and keep you protected and safe. To all of the teachers, all of the moms and the fathers that are teachers at home now, all of the learning coaches, Allah bless all of you and Allah reward all of you and make it a blessed day for you. Inshallah, we'll see you tomorrow for the Sanad Prep Morning Assembly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.